Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everybody. Thanks a lot for joining us. I just slipped down the volume there on the music, so sorry, not sure how that could have sounded for you. But we're here, and can you believe it? I feel like I say this every week, but can you believe it's Thursday again? Fist bumps to you all on arrival. We have got a lot to get through. We are in the eye of the storm of a January window. We are on the precipice of another weekend and another massive game week, and it's all systems go. It's tons to get stuck into. This show's all about the channel members that support the content here, building your teams, looking at your strategies, diving into the market and all that good stuff. And we'll get stuck into that in plenty of time. Friends that are joining us live, fist bumps to you all. And friends that are joining us after we've been live, fist bump to yourself. Thanks a lot again for the support on the content. But in the nature, in the spirit, I should say, of it being Thursday and me, I would say uncharacteristically behind. Like normally by this time in the game week or the midweek, I've firmly drafted and redrafted a lineup or two by this time, and I've got a good handle on what I've got and where. But not the case this weekend coming into it. I've kind of played around with Celtic teams a little bit. I've obviously been doing a lot more Celtic content in the last couple of weeks, and there was a great 7-minute passage of training footage that went out on the Celtic YouTube channel, and I think it's quite clear to see that there was a obvious team shape segment or a passage of play, a phase of play, depending on what coaching lingo you want to use for it. And you know, maybe Engels wasn't included. That was the only one. I'm thinking maybe that's something that might develop in training through the week towards the game. But the back four in that training video was Araujo, Tierney, Trusty Scales, as you might imagine. A midfield double pivot though of Hatate, McGregor and Nygren in support of Dyson Maeda, with Yang and McKeown left and right of him. So I'm working on the basis of that's the team until I get any further info or any inclination to the contrary. As I said, Tuneke and Engels did look quite nippy in the training, and we know Engels did so well under O'Neill last time. So I'm kind of open to being wrong on Engels for Hatate perhaps, but and maybe that has an implication to Hatate plays over Negren, so it's actually Engels for Negren. So I think that's the only thing I'm kind of up in the air with. Otherwise, I think the Celtic team will be as previously described, and I've kind of built the first two teams with that in mind. I went with Butez first of all, just in case Schmeichel doesn't play. Like, Schmeichel really shouldn't play on merit, but I believe Martin O'Neill coming in gives Schmeichel probably, you know, this cat gets his 9th life, and if I can say that, if I can say it like that. So I think Schmeichel probably does play just on the basis of the change of manager. I think if Nancy was the manager, but I would be 100% picking Sinisalo for this weekend. So that's a wee bit funny. I think it'll be okay. And I think I'll finish building my challenger before I go into Bundesliga or any of the other bigger leagues, because this is the main one I'm chasing down. I'm not even sure what hot streak I'm on as I talk to you now, to be honest with you. We've obviously missed out on 5. We're going after number 2, so nothing great, but we need to get it moving. So we've got 2 teams built in D1, which is nice, and at home at Dundee United, Martin O'Neill being back, going back to a back 4, I can just feel it being like all the positive momentum returning and then some more. So I don't mind that for the D1s. When it comes to D2, I'm kind of looking at Mignan a little bit away to Fiorentina, who are in the relegation zone right now, but it's still always a tough game for the Milan teams going to Florence, in my recollection certainly anyway. Aberdeen play Rangers, so Mitov is quite tricky. So yeah, I think it's difficult because I kind of do want to keep a Schmeichel for All-Star, but there's nothing above streaking and all that good stuff, you know. So I think we'll just have to plug Schmeichel in. I think he's the best goalkeeper pick here, because that's a classic. He'll need to be all in-season cards that I surround him with. Having 3 Tierneys feels really good right now, I can't lie, because just picking Tierney again at team 3, such an easy decision. Yeah, I think this is where I got stuck and I was like half asleep, and I thought, we'll save this for when we get on live. I see your requests coming in, guys. I'll build a wee lineup or 2 for myself, and then I'll start getting into the requests. But I like McGrath in general. He's been, you know, a card I've had for 2 seasons now. Big fan of him. He's been on a nice bit of form. I can see him building this into a proper L5. You know, he's got 3 games down the now. And with Motherwell being next up, it will need to be a performance in line with what we've really seen from him in his last 6, really. Like, strong AA, decisive, capable. And, you know, he is so, like, one decisive brings the 80s, you know. So, and with Hatate, Engels, McKeown's maybe a tad safer. I think he's playing right wing. Yang will play left. So I think it's between McKeown and McGrath. And I think just on one decisive 80, I like McGrath quite a lot for this. But then get Yang, we're looking at Braga. And this might end up being Yang and McKeown's team, actually. I'm not sure I would be picking Armstrong or Ferry, Fadinger, Braga. Braga could be alright in this team, but I maybe don't want to go double striker. And you know, I think going with Cowan and Yang, Captain McGrath on, or maybe Captain Tierney. I've done a lot of Captain Tierney. I'll maybe just keep in with that. Just kind of jackpot on KT, getting a clean sheet and a decisive. Oh yeah, triple KT. Actually, the first captain in season, so that's totally fine. And then the last team I've got is in Division 3, so I can be a bit more speculative with this one. I could maybe pick a Scott Bain, or even Mitov in season is actually quite useful here. Because D3, you know, there's not really much to be won cash-wise. It's all about getting promoted into the higher division. And using the in-season keeper there maybe makes the team a bit better. Welsh is playing Hibs, but yeah, I quite like the thought of Grant Hanley at home at Motherwell. Should be hyperactive. I also really like Diego Carlos, actually, at home at Bologna. Not been playing recently, though, so he's a wee bit sketchy. So yeah, I think I quite like Grant Hanley to go in there with Mitov. I've got the Stu Bomb. I've also got Fadinger. We've got the Celtic boys as of yet unused. I might keep them. I'm going to go Hatate in this one because I think he did so well under O'Neill as well, and he was in that shape. We can play Braga up front in this team, and then the fifth man, maybe we could just go Engels and, you know, start or not. I don't think it's much of an issue if it's a goal fest, which I'm kind of working on the basis that it will be. Whether it is or not, obviously, is the game. But yeah, I think we maybe do that. We go, yeah, that works out quite. Oh, no. We don't even need to do that because I can use a classic spot in the final one, so I can get some reinforcements from a classic McGrath. Certain to play, same prospect of an 80 on him. McTominay's playing Inter. We've got classic Nygren. I don't think I want to go double Nygren. We could take Scales. But no, I think the top answer there was the obvious one was the one to go with here, and that is McGrath. And I maybe even just captain him again on the basis that you could have maybe get captained in the other team. So that's quite fun. And using a classic McGrath, actually, that's if that works in, I'll be really chuffed with that. It's not really a classic I would use in season very often. Normally gets put into like giveaway teams and stuff because he's good, but doesn't normally get that high in my pecking order. But cool. And then we move into limited, and I think we should have some bits and bobs. We've got Schmeichels at limited, obviously, but in season decent players at maybe like Diego Carlos and Welsh. I think I would take Welsh on certainty of playing. And then yeah, we've got Engels. Maybe go Engels. Oh, is Lennon Miller on to play? Let's go and check the newspapers. What do the Italians say? Oh, we've not got it yet until this Milan game has went. Suffering succotash. Unless, is there a way of... No, I don't think this page... I think this page is quite... Yeah, I think this page is quite Web 1. to... Yeah. I don't think we're going to... They bloody love their adverts as well, man, don't they? Let's try that menu again. Probable lineups. And then, yeah, I don't think we can get past this page, can we, until matchday 19 is gone. So, maybe TBC on Lennon Miller. What does Sorare Insight have him on for? Sometimes we get a nice wee note from the expert that might say, oh, the manager said something, or yada yada. So let's see, where are we? Udinese, Pisa, because this is Pisa. This is like a great game. Yeah, 60% on. That's what they've got him as. No note or anything. He's ahead of Piakowski, which is quite something, isn't it? It's a really nice midfield, by the way. This Karlstrom guy's been scoring alright. Kellenkamp, we know, has been around the block. Zaniolo, again, we all know this is quite, this could be alright for him. Don't know if we can, this is limited actually, isn't it? Yeah, maybe it goes in the second limited team, but yeah, I think like Engels Fadinger is like a good move here. And then we've got Kenny from the bench, or Taneki from the bench. I like the thought of Taneki off the bench just because he's just been away to AFCON and maybe he comes back and he's got a wee kind of pep in his step kind of thing. Captain Engels on the basis that if this team works, it's because he started. Sharky Boy, how do you upgrade and get better cards? So if you're a new player, when you play commons, for me it will show as something rubbish, but for you it should be market credits. What one is it? Oh yeah, it's the collect missions, isn't it? So if you look at the collect missions tab at common level, you'll see that every time, you're meant to get $5 credits every time you complete a collection. No, it's not just that, but yeah, it's this. So I get limited XP. I believe you get limited essence for just collecting, 200 cards in League One and all the other kind of little checkpoints that they've made me get to here. And I get XP. I believe new players get essence. I've completed the rest of them for the Premier League and whatever, and it is just card counting. It's just, I think once it maxes out at 200. So if you're opening your common packs every day, you'll be achieving this, and you should get limited essence. Once you get enough essence, you come here to do a craft. Oh, we have enough. Now, I don't think we've got a giveaway card locked in the chamber. So anyway, you get to 1,000, and then you can craft a card. When you click on My Essence, it'll tell you what leagues it could be from. And then that's how you get limited cards. You'll need to do that quite often to be able to build a team, etc. But, maybe you pull a good guy that's worth 20 quid, you sell him and buy a team that's worth 20 in one of the lower leagues. There's a few strategies you can do if you're really on the farm and on the grind from common into limited, etc. But generally, to just step up, that's how you'll do it. You'll earn limited essence from doing in-game missions, and then eventually this is the sort of place you get to with it. I don't know, guys. What do you think? I'll ask you. Should we craft a giveaway card or not? Well, you're voting on that. I'll check. Because we did the big giveaway obviously a few days ago, or probably a week ago now or so, and I wanted all the giveaway cards out. I'm not sure all the offers have been accepted. I'm fairly sure they have. Yeah, I think they're all gone. Good. So I've just got Road to Glory stuff. And we need to do some Road to Glory action, don't we? Get back up to speed with that. I think the rare giveaway card would have went. Good timing for Harvey Barnes, eh? Picking that card up. Yeah, I think we've kind of cleaned everything up now, which is nice. You received an offer from Drastic. A wee giveaway card. Thank you very much, Drastic. So I think I'll give this away in the chat today. So if you're here watching, stay to the end, hit a like, subscribe. We'll give away a wee classic El Carouni, who, by the way, I've got an in-season of, and we're still waiting to see. Thanks again, Drastic, whoever that is. I'm sure you've probably mentioned it in the chat. I'll come and check that out in a second. But yeah, it looked like I was going to go with Fenerbahce or Porto, quite sharp. He never went to AFCON with Morocco or whoever. So I thought it would have been done by now, but no, it doesn't seem to be the case. I think if it was going to be Fenerbahce, it'd be done by now, because they'd just sewn up Guendouzi quite quickly, as well as a bunch of our stuff. So could be Porto. Porto have just signed a guy from Poland as well. Could be a fun card to pick up. So let's see, where did I get to the lineups? So we've got our 4 rare done. We've got 1 limited. That's fine. I think I'll build another couple of limiteds on this just to finish the depth on it. And the limited ones, I say, I'm not like, I need to make sure these win, but it's just all my in-seasons. I'm just making sure I play them in the best combos I can, and hey, if we can squeeze any W out with it, bring it on. I'm quite inclined to go Keelan Adams. I'm obviously biased, but I'm probably going to go Diego Carlos just for stature as much as anything. And I don't mind using Miller and Armstrong in this team with like a Johnny Kenny up front. That works out actually quite sweet, doesn't it? And who would I captain? Maybe Lennon Miller for vibes. Yeah, that feels fun. Ooh, hey Quinny, I had to sell my rare gallery. I have €150 to start over in limited. How would you do it? Oh, Thomas, we're going to have a lot of fun with that. I'll build the requests up in a wee moment. So we've got one more Schmeichel to use. And then if we look at in-seasons, yeah, it's kind of between Ferry and Adams. I'm going to go Keelan Adams. Jimmy off the bench. Got another Kenny off the bench. And then we might be just using Ferry anyway. Yeah, I'll use Bernardo. And then who'd be captain here? Schmeichel for the banter. Scraps is quite light. I don't think I can quite squeeze a 4th in-season team out. So yeah, I think I'll leave Challenger as done for now. Quite happy with the way that sits. We click through the Bundesliga quickly because this is one rare team. Oh, version into 2 actually, yeah, with some of my depth. Yeah, so I think we're going to take Augsburg away to Gladbach. Romster's going to play. Love that. So we've got Hanlu Keba. Nice. So that picks itself. Julian Brandt should play, this says. Let's have a look at what the Germans think. What do the Germans think? Yeah, Brandt's in. Gross is just left as well. And by the way, that makes such a difference to the headache of this midfield. Jan Kuto on to play, looks fun. Schlotterbeck is in town. Max Bayer, the budget forward that never was, sadly for me. So yeah, we can go with Julian Brandt, that's cool. And then up front, Romulo should be back. We've got Aslani. Bazima Toure must still be at AFCON, I would have thought. Yeah. But we have Aslani against Bremen. And we've got Romulo away to St. Pauli. Yeah, is Romulo back in the papers? I've kind of bought him hoping to use him already. So, but yes, he's back. And he's going to be, wow, interesting front three. Interesting front three. If we play him, we'll lose the multi-club bonus, but I'm not too bored for the raw score potential he brings. We captain the Romster, don't we? That's fun. And I'll just click through like a wee throwaway team at the back here with Vasilj. Try and get some Bundesliga essence in my life. Oh yeah, Lionheart in season defender is fun. So we've got JSP as well. That'll be interesting. Don't think we can use him with much confidence, but we might need to actually. Yeah, we might need to. I wonder if he's in the depth anywhere for Cologne. Martel, Heinz, and Subulosin. Yeah, we maybe don't have a fifth man here. 10% Werner's going to play. I don't see that happening. Oh, I suppose he's come off the bench the last two games. Yeah, maybe we just throw Werner on here for XP. Captain Lionheart. And it's just a wee XP farmer. Awesome. I've got some stuff now. My weekend to-do list has got a lot shorter. Luke Jones was first in. Fist bump to you. Good to see you. Haroon Yusuf, my man. I'm very good. Thanks for asking. How are you? Any games that are at risk of weather? Oh, by the way, the snow was quite heavy in Glasgow today. I don't know explicitly that a game is in danger, but certainly stay tuned. I'll keep my eyes peeled. MFL season 11 is right around the corner. We've almost got the foundation team built, but not quite. So if any MFL managers are in here, check out the MFL content. It's been out on the channel the last couple of days, and let me know player names. We'll throw contracts out today if we can. Know what this weekend? Big weekend for Eredivisie for you, Robert Perez. Streak 5. Good luck, mate. Good luck. Red or Dead, good to see you. Thomas Ronyon, the aforementioned as well. Got to pray for not too much snow. Yeah, Jarl, I'm with you there for sure. Could you have a look at my limited Prem setup? Red or Dead? Yep, first up. Let's go and get it. Red or Dead limited Prem. Got that there. After you, yo bro, quite, oh yeah, we spoke about that. Yeah, Sharky Boy, fist bump again, good to see you. If you could check my Dutch League and Challenger, I need a replacement for what? Also to celebrate, I sent you an El Caroni for the giveaway, Robert Perez. Thank you very much, mate. You'll be second up in the list then, and thanks again for your generosity, and we'll give that away to someone in the stream today. So fist bumps to you all, like, share, retweet, all that good stuff, support the channel, drop a fist bump in the chat to Robert Perez as well for the generosity. Just go into the offers if I, yeah, that's it, isn't it? Drastic. And then we had Thomas Ronyon. Okay, because I packed the likes of Salah and a few other good players, but they all comment. Yeah, so when you go to play, I actually have been terrible for setting common lineups. Probably the whole way through the festive period. I don't think I set one, which every time I've realised it's kind of kicked me in the backside. I've kicked myself in the backside. Oh, there is no Prem. Anyway, let's just say Bundesliga. Yeah, you get limited essence for this, but you also get streaks. So if you can streak at common level, it's a good kind of proxy for the real game because the scores are the same, what you require is the same, and it gives you a good feel of what will be required when you make said step up, or cards you buy. It'll give you more confidence that they'll be usable for you. So please focus on the streaks in here as well, because also you can unlock market credits to be spent in game once you get to streak 4 and 5 on this. So if you are in full hustle mode on that, be mindful of the streaks that are available in all 4 common divisions: Bundesliga, La Liga, Liga 1 and Premier League. So you can get some in-game credit. in that, if you can really focus on it, which I have not been very good at, sadly. And Thomas, I know just because we were doing it yesterday, it's RT on MFL. Yeah, it's RT here as well. Excuse the yawns. Always happens at members on a first day at 6, doesn't it? I don't know why. Also, when crafting a player and get the 1000 essence, how do you get the hints? Can you craft? I keep meaning to check this. Can you craft it common? No, you can't craft it common. So to get the clues, you can either get wheel spins, and you need to get so many of the fragments to form a full clue, or you can spend additional essence. Generally, if it's a normal room, the extra clues are like 500. There's like 1 or 2 clues that are even better, but they cost a full 1000. So you need more essence to use clues most of the time, unless you have the tokens stacked up here. At limited, you need 10 tokens. At rare, I'm not sure about above rare, but at rare you need 20. Let's go back. Sorry, this was somebody's page. Yeah, Ronion. Romulo has to be the pick. Yeah, thanks for the confirmation on that. I'm sure he's back. Good, nice. Not just one source, multiple sources. We love it. What do you think of a PSV stack? Pretty good. I think PSV is a good team to stack there now. Lots of options. Quite expensive, but I think like you're really streak focused with PSV. I think leaderboards is sincerely a silver lining if you can manage to get in on them, especially this time of year, because you'll be so far behind XPs and stuff that the pure stack, it's hard to imagine you outdoing legacy players that started in match day 1. So it's a purely streak focused thing. PSV can hit the big numbers, so yeah, I like it. The kid from Poland was 17. We already have 4 wingers. I don't think he will play many games. The kid from Poland, I thought he was a centre back. Is he a winger? I am all in with Bundesliga Unlimited. Could you take a look at my gallery and give me advice? Harun Yusuf, I would love to, but we do it for the channel members now. The membership on the channel is £1 a week, £4 a month. We do this every week. I give away all the limiteds that I craft to the channel members. We have a Telegram group. Telegram is just like WhatsApp and Discord, but a lot better. And that's members only that we're in there for. And we've got lots of other stuff we do with MFL. We do early access on content when we've got it pre-recorded and that sort of thing. It's all done by clicking the join button that's just below screen. And that's how we do it here on the strategy reviews. Feel like I've seen Snow mostly Friday. Yeah. Can you check my gallery? You're it Ake? Yuri Take? I'm not Yuri Tak, maybe? Yuri Trader, yeah. Sorry, same thing, mate. It's for channel members. Kieran, good to see you. You can become a member. It's no problem at all. We can add you to the list. Glad I can catch this on my way back from work. Frankie Kieran, good to see you, my man. And Smegma Dancer, Subilba or Subila. Fist bump to you. Yuri, fist bump as well, of course. Was I just about to add someone else on there? I think that was up to speed there, wasn't it? Thomas Ronion in number 3. Right, so Red or Dead was first up tonight. Can you have a look at my limited prem setup, please? Any ideas to improve? Needs another keeper. Right, awesome. So you don't need me to tell you need another keeper, yeah? Or is it like we're looking for a keeper together as part of the thing? So we get 9 keepers, 40 defenders, 32 mids and 21 strikers, including the classics. Having an overview of the classics you have here, we've got Bruno, Soboslai, who's listed, Ahmad, who can score well when you know what's going on, Cherky, Boss, Gabmag, fine. Not sure. Obviously the Bruno's brilliant. But I think that's just the top, the surface layer element of this is like you've only got one classic Bruno. We're kind of maybe missing a classic other guy or two. We need to look at the classic, the goalkeeper setup. I think you've mentioned the keeper thing already. But John is playing now, isn't he? Lamans is playing in season. Leno plays in season. Sales is back. Anyway, you've got 3 in seasons. And goals, which is cool. But yeah, do we have like Van Dijk's and... By the way, some of the City squad players would be great pickups right now. Maybe a wee bit. The boat is left the dock on bottom dots, but yeah, there's not much classic power in defence. We're probably looking at in-season defence for the most part. We've got a Sinise, we've got a Murillo. Keane's been good in spells. I like Mizraoui, I think he's very good. Dorgu's been popping. Don't know if that will continue. So yeah, defence is on the soft side, I think, especially with the view of the classic not really having a. Oh, that's my smash defenders, a classic Van Dijk or a Guardiola or something like that, you know. So yeah, I think defence is a bit soft. Classic overall is soft in terms of like having a Haaland and, you know, some of those types of players in the fold, a Salah, anything at all. In season midfield, lots of nice L5 type guys, you know. Lewis Miley's come into one out of nowhere, really. Tavernier maybe was expected to be better than this, but I think he's been like, team threeable, hasn't he? Yeah, well, team three can be okay with him. Casemiro's been a bit meh. Nunes has been a moderate surprise, I would say, scoring wise. Kevin's doing alright, not great. He's turning up now. So yeah, I think the whole thing's just a bit soft, actually. I know we've got that classic Bruno in midfield and up front. Love Quinny, obviously. Watkins is fine. Even Nielsen can work. Yeah, I think we just really need a top layer. So if we jump back to this tab and go to the market, I think we're just looking for well-priced items now. So yeah, much. Oh, there we go. It says up here. Manager sales limited. I'll stick with in season first of all. See if there's any snips out there. Might need to dive away and get a wee glass of water or something. Just I might need to set the screen up and run away for a moment. A rookie called Manny. Yeah, let me grab a quick glass of water or something, guys. 2 secs. Oh yeah. The best thing about this time of year is when the water comes out the tap, it is ice cold. If any of you haven't been to Scotland, Scotland has the best tap water in the world. Oh, it's amazing, especially when it's freezing. Anyway, any well priced Semenyo at 24 feels like it could explode because it's got the vibes of like Van Persie a little bit to me. You know, Arsenal to Man United for any of you of a certain vintage, where I don't know, it's obviously a different scale and it's not quite the same thing and whatever, but I don't know, it just feels like this is going to pop at City. Does he start all the time or whatever? Pep Roulette, it's going to be a bit of a nightmare when Marmoush comes back. Yeah, I don't know how exciting. Yeah, £24 probably not too badly priced actually, is it? I think Harry Wilson's on the move. Did I maybe see he's going to Ipswich or something? He's been on fire, man. Absolutely caning it. Maybe watch out for that. The Reece James defender's a pretty solid one. You don't have a James, do you? Injury record is a nightmare, obviously, but yeah, no James. I don't know. Being a Man United fan means you're closed off to Chelsea. I don't know. Wharton isn't really going to fixture midfield for me, but I would think Wharton's probably a player that's kind of fun to have. £9, semi-interesting. Coyote at £6 is quite interesting as well. You guys recommended them to me for Road to Glory. Looking at those numbers, man, I maybe wish I took him up. Especially that L6, the 29's a killer, but outside of that, very usable little run of games there. Quite forecast, well, maybe not. It's Brentford. I've got no luck with Brentford at all. I've never got an understanding of what they're doing. Wow, James Garner, still the budget man's pick. A safe 50 to 60 on AA is just, it's very streak 1 and 2 favourable, you know. £17, maybe a wee bit rich for my blood. Oh, Thiago, look at those scores, man. Wow. Fair play. Did not think this guy had it in him. But, man, he's scoring goals in the Prem. Fair play to him. I did not think he had it in him. El Kurupe probably plays more now Semenyo's gone. I think he's been doing alright anyway. Big talent out of France. Catching some form at the moment. He's had some form already, by the way. And yeah, this is what he was like in France. Rinsing it. I like the thought of El Kurupe doing good. The reality, let's see. But he could be a sneaky one at 11. Bruno's popping. Bruno's going to do an L5 like that. I said it midweek before. I don't think I went live for it, in fact. But after that 91-92, I just felt he was going to do an 80 against Leeds. Did a bit better than I thought he might have. But he's going to do an L5 like that. Bruno's going to have a ripper form. Wolves and PSV next. Bruno L5 to the moon. Injury discount on Josko. Probably not going to help anything right now, is it? Cole Palmer at 54, by the way, is... With for senior coming in now, like, this could be sneaky under the radar right now. Yeah, that could be sneaky good. Oh, do you know one other thing I thought could be sneaky good? I asked you guys in the Telegram. I don't think I'm going to get back to me. We don't have any Prem this weekend, do we? It'll be Cup or something maybe then for the Prem. No midweek anyway. Celtic have got midweek maybe. Just to see the fixtures. Chelsea will have Brentford at home. I like Palmer a lot at that price. Cheaper than Wirtz. Around the price of a Rice. Still more expensive than like a Bruno. Ekitike, not a bad shout. Or is he the injured one? Who was it that got injured and they had their price spike? Was it Isak? Oh, I can't remember. Maybe need to double check into that one. But yeah, Foden, not much cheaper. Half the price of a Haaland. And I think it's an in-season play. Palmer is a real strong move. I think Palmer in-season's... In that James and Palmer could be a sweet double act. I think Rosenior can do well with them. That's a bit of a... You're kind of going into the unknown there, but I think Palmer is like... Forget maybe Reece James as much because of the injuries and whatever, but I think Palmer's a really good bet to be better than what he has been, SO5 wise at the very least. Tielemans at 19 is interesting. Caicedo, Caicedo's probably a big winner from Rosenior coming in as well. Van Dijk in season's not too bad, I don't think. Only a wee bit more than Reece James. Salah's so cheap, man. Van de Ven, £9. I like Van de Ven a lot. He's just so good for any random decisive. Maybe not always team winnable, but certainly usable. Somewhere in team 1 to 4. João Pedro also quite cheap. I could see him turning around under Rosenior. Tonali for £8's good. He's not scoring well. Depends what the budget is. Are you in the chat still? Where are we? Got to streak 4 last time, now on streak 2. It's Tom Kearney going to Ipswich. Yeah. Yeah, I thought it was confusing. I thought it was confusing when I seen that bar chart. Like, why would he leave the Prem when he's on fire? Oh, that was Tom Kearney, not Wilson, of course. Sorry, I'm in Egypt. Have Bruno, Cherki, Rodri. Oh, you've got a Rodri line around as well. Cool. Wilson Classic. Soboslai. Yeah, Palmer in season feels like a get. I think the Palmer. I just thought the midfield was. I know Palmer's a forward. Let's maybe look explicitly at midfield for a moment. Or defence, actually. But Palmer at 50 feels like a good get. Really good get. Coyote for 6 is great budget buying. Tarkowski at 16. Tarkowski at 16 I think is really solid. Everton. And yeah, sometimes there's a 24 and a 42. But that's kind of what you want from a centre backs. Decisive, capable, gets enough AA. Team can get a clean sheet. Lewis Hall I quite like as well. An offensive defender's always fun. Yeah, man, look at that AA. Imagine he was bringing decisives. I know it's a big thing to ask for in the Prem. He's got a bit of it in him. Lewis Hall's a sneaky one. Yeah, Van de Ven at £9 feels alright too, by the way. Nordi Mukiele, big fan of that. Truffert as well. Wee bit kind of make or break, but maybe a bit risky for some those types of guys. Try to sell Soboslai to buying in season Thiago. Fair enough, man. I can see why. He's going to keep playing, isn't he? But that's one thing I would think about with somebody like that, Thiago. Is how many goals is he actually going to score this season? And yeah, predictions are never always perfect, but you know, it's just trying to work out a realistic return, you know, when you're picking the guy up. Now, there's always assists and other stuff, penalty one, that could work. He's on 16 goals this year. When the season is all said and done, if you're going to buy Thiago, what are you banking on he gets to? 25? 22? 24? He's only got 1 assist. Could you think about that getting to 4? You know, so that's the way I would be thinking about it. So, I don't know, I think a nice conservative estimate, you're looking at 10 decisives between now and end of season. How many games are left? Conservative kind of baseline. There is 18. So yeah, a 1 in 2 ratio is what you're hoping for, I think, something like that, aren't you? If he does better, obviously jackpot, but having season sales Lamins and Leno and need another keeper too. Yeah, let's have a look at the keepers, see what they're up to. I think the Palmer one is the one that stands out as great buying opportunity. He's not been on it. They've changed manager. He's a powerful forward as well. Like he is. Like if you're not gonna have like Haaland or something like that, like you know Palmer's the guy, isn't he? Has been anyway. Kelleher, wow, I got a rare for about that price. Classic, right enough, but Kelleher's fun. Petrovic at £12 would really interest me because Bournemouth, I don't think they stay that bad personally. And this run of fixtures is quite tough, isn't it? Tottenham, Arsenal, Chelsea, fair enough. Brentford and Burnley, you expect them to maybe do better. Man United, Chelsea, Everton, Sunderland. Sunderland obviously at this time I think they were like top 3. I don't know where they are now. Man City, and then yeah, once you get by beyond that hard run, yeah, those scores kind of always have been there, haven't they? But yeah, I don't know. I quite like Petrovic at £12. Pickford's the one to get if you've got any budget. Best points per pound, I would say. Rolfs and Van Bruggen have had their moments this year. Emi Martinez, I'm always a fan of. At 20 quid is actually kind of interesting, but the scores have been not the same recently, have they? So I think Emi and Petrovic were my top looks in at goalkeeper here. Emi probably turns it round. Villa are in a good place, aren't they? Did you buy Kyogo? I've already got like 5 Kyogos. Celtic, I think they're trying to line up a loan. I heard a rumour before coming on, but it's not really. Kyogo's not all the way up for it. If that's the case, then fuck him. Some nice fixtures for Villa too. Yeah, if that's the case, man. Emi at 20 quid. Argentina number 1 as well. In-season keeper. Everton next. What are Villa? Villa are third. Where are Sunderland these days? No, they've kind of dropped a wee bit, sadly. Yeah, they need more goals in their team. Villa in third, man, flying. Yeah, FA Cup weekend, and then Everton, Fenner, Newcastle, Salzburg. And then once you're out of that, they'll have more European games to come. Brentford, Bournemouth, Brighton, Leeds, Wolves. That's a nice run. Then Chelsea, Man United, double header. At home to West Ham, away to Forest, Sunderland, Fulham. Yeah, it's a nice wee run of 4. Yeah, the Villa fixture list. Finishing off with Liverpool, Man City is the last 2 games is pretty brutal. But not a bad trade-off. I would say that. It's quite a nice fixture list Villa have got to run the season through. Did not go if it injured. Bezo had to come off. Oh, really? Oh, okay. I didn't know that, sorry. Yes, good catch. Let's investigate. Investigate. Emi Martinez injury. Whether I'm a fan of Emi, the problem is that they're using every to attack him because United rumours now it's his injuries. It's the same one leg that's barred him from once. He still plays because he pushed himself to play. So it's a contusion he's got, or a bruise. He has a small injury. It's in his calf. A few days or weeks he'll come back to play. He didn't train, and we're going to wait until tomorrow. I don't think it's just an issue, injury. It's not like broke his thumb or something, you know. Can't use him right away. Don't think we need to use him right away. You've got enough keepers there. But good catch, everyone. Could have been a lot worse. So yeah, it's probably a wee bit of a discount because of the substitution thing. I wouldn't worry me if I wanted this guy, to be honest, because I don't think it's just a bruise, it's a contusion. Yeah, Ballon d'Or version would have been awesome, man. But yeah, he's down like from 30 to 20 essentially. Nice discount, I would take that. Emi and Palmer, 2 top shelf additions. And then at 1 defender, 1 mid, and I think that's looking really good, Thomas. Not Thomas, Red or Dead, sorry. Also got your core Man United stuff there, with some bits and pieces around side it. But yeah, what about even a classic? Can we check the classic market real quickly? Just like general, like what's a classic Haaland or something? You got Cherky and Soboslai, told us some of that already. Bruno, James for a tenner is quite interesting. 78 for that's quite. Yeah, it's quite hard to get around, isn't it? I really like classic James for a tenner. I think that's good bang for buck. In season is not much of a markup, so in season is still probably better value. Palmer midfielder 26. Maybe get 2 Palmers, a mid classic and an in season forward. That could be really shrewd, by the way. Classic Wirtz could be something as well. You're already getting the Thiago for up front anyway. But yeah, classic James for a tenner. Emi's a massive transfer risk. Was due to be sold in the summer, but no one could pay up. Graham thinks a move to Saudi could be on the cards. I personally don't think so. I think somebody like Emi Martinez having, like, see the career struggles he had before the kind of mini breakout he had at Arsenal. And yes, he's won the World Cup, and yes, everyone recognises him as being like high quality at Villa, and they've achieved some nice things, but they've actually achieved nothing. That's a guy that, like, he'll want to play in Serie A, I think, or you know, he's not going to leave Villa. I'd be very surprised if he went to Saudi before a move to a bigger team, you know, to give himself a real kind of prestige element into his career, that he went to a big team and done something major. Fair enough, Red or Dead. Yeah, yeah. The Messi pool with Inter Miami is something to be feared because Rodrigo De Paul had kind of at least done a bit of La Liga, with Atleti, he'd played Champions League and whatever. I'm not sure if RDP was in the team the last time Atleti won the league with Suarez and stuff. I think he maybe just missed that team. So I'm not sure if he won much. But yeah, RDP's maybe just went, sack it. Let's just go hang out with Messi. Whereas with Emi, I think because he's been up for that goalkeeper award and stuff like that, it's a bit different for a keeper, especially for so long. If you look at his career, like, it's kind of easily forgotten, but he was a journeyman. He was a nomad. He was just a name on Football Manager to people for ages. On loan at Oxford, Sheffield, 4 games for Arsenal, then Rotherham, then Wolves for 13 games, Arsenal reserves 2 games for Arsenal, Getafe for 5 games, Reading, and then the loan. And then these 9 games here, he did really well, didn't he? I think they maybe even played. Did he win the FA Cup maybe or something? Yeah, he won the FA Cup with them, and then Villa loaned him and bought him, or Villa bought him maybe. I just don't remember, but that was only his career only got going 5 years ago. He's 33. He only really made it big time at 28. And yeah, he's maybe got a lot of money to make up for as well, granted. But at 33, that's not today. You could do that at 38. But yeah, it could end up at Miami with Messi. Fair. Nice discussion. I like these kind of wider thoughts. I'm not really sure as many other classics that jump out as like hyper value. Tarkovsky for £4 is kind of cheeky, isn't it? Elliot Anderson for £8 is kind of fun in its own way. Not quite as decisive as I'd like, but you got Rodri and stuff anyway. But yeah, Red or Dead, I think that's kind of where I'm at with your Prem. Just a bit more power, a bit more punch. At 38, he won't play with Messi. No, I agree with that. And that's the interesting thing about that, Mike, because Messi is a ticking. He's a clock in that regard, But he's played with Messi at Argentina. Does he need to go play with him in MLS and hold his hand like RDP does? I don't think he'll think he's done it. I think he'll see unfinished business. Like, he'd love to win the Premier League, wouldn't he? He's not even won a league, isn't he? He was won an FA Cup with Arsenal. He's won nothing with Villa. So, yeah, I just don't see him moving to Saudi. Or Miami, for that matter. Personally, but it's not to be ruled out. Not exactly an Emi Martinez expert, am I? Drastic, this was Robert Perez. What were we cooking with today, Robert? Robert Perez. Could look at my Dutch League and Challenger. I need a replacement for what? Also to celebrate. I sent the giveaway card. Love that, mate. Charlie boy, good to see you. My pleasure, Red or Dead. Happy to pick up with it again if you have any thoughts you want to throw back at me. Right, so Eredivisie and Charlie. So I'll look at Charlie first because I've just kind of built my own ones. After a replacement for what? Is he suspended or something? What am I doing? Positions. So challenge needs a replacement for what? There's not much outside of Scotland this weekend, isn't there? Who else did I have on the fly? Had like the Italian lads. I think everything's back the next weekend, isn't it? And there's some cup stuff on the go as we've seen with England there. I like McGrath. I don't think the Hibs match. Oh, it's Motherwell that they're. Oh, there's no Elliot Watt, by the way. Oh, McGrath might be even more usable. You've got to think that's one of the main like kryptonites to McGrath would be a player like Elliot Watt taking the ball off him and harassing him and such. Yeah, Priestman, Fardinger, Slatterly. Elliot Watt last game he had a problem. We're assessing the situation. Interesting. Rumoured to be out for weeks. Could be good for Fadinger. But yeah, I think that could be really good for McGrath. I would recommend McGrath in a lot of situations. This one feels like one of them. Oh, this is what we'll do. Are we looking at limited? Sorry. Yeah, we're looking at limiteds. Limited in season mid. Charlie. And then playing game week 9 to 13. Crisis playing. Ooh. Oh, AFCON. Yeah, you won't be playing. I don't mind Fadinger if you're after someone cheap. Rangers are playing Aberdeen? No, not Aberdeen. Yeah, they are playing Aberdeen. I was just thinking that just happened. Oh, wow. Playing again. And, Hearts Dundee. Cammy Devlin is... I don't know, but the thing with Cammy Devlin is it's kind of all about defensive actions and such. And if Dundee don't really... I don't know, Devlin's quite safe. I like McGrath way better, especially if there's no Elliot Watt. Huge 80. Decisive 80. Tenor. Really like that. Oh, Manor Solomon has just signed for Fiorentina. That could be interesting. Not a great game. They're playing Milan, aren't they? Josh Mulligan. Again, I really like him. Hibs at home in this game. Yeah. Interesting to see how Motherwell cope without Elliot Watt. Obviously, the manager isn't trying to put any fear out there that it could go sideways, but you never know. By the way, I was doing some scouting on the Celtic channel this morning. Oh no, he's a midfielder. Is he a defender card maybe on Sorare? But I wonder. But this guy kept coming up that plays for Falkirk. What the hell? Brad Spencer was his name. This guy is like up there with Cammy Devlin, Watt, Raskin, Spencer. Brad Spencer. This guy is up there. Midfielder. No decisives in him. But this guy's numbers are like up there. Not really going to fix anyone's problems, I don't think. But one to watch out for. A sneaky under the radar one. He's 29. Like, it's hard to going to say like watch out for his career or whatever, right? But if he was to move from Falkirk to like, I don't know, a St Mirren or even a Motherwell or something like that, like that's maybe a guy to be mindful of. That at a better team, this guy could really like hit some crazy heights. Because Falkirk are good, don't get me wrong, but they're against the tide quite often. You know, they're fighting into matches because they're a new side into the league, as it were. So defender, he wasn't there. That's why I was looking at that. But we need a midfielder. Yeah, I think if you don't have Elliot Watt, the Celtic midfield is one thing. Could you use a McGregor again? Doubling up on that probably isn't too wise, I would say, just for the old could blow up in your face kind of thing if he doesn't do well. I really like, McGrath. I find that hard to get away from. Especially with the limited availability for the game week. Who do these guys play for? Verona. Al Mizrati. That's fun. Vasco Souza plays in Portugal for a different team. Who's got a game? Cool. There's Brad Spencer there. Andy Diouf, Benningham back. He's a fiver. Yeah, I don't think there's plenty of options. I like Armstrong, but playing Rangers, didn't do too great in the last game. 10 AA, that was away, wasn't it? Yeah, Ibrox. This time it'll be at Pittodrie. He could do alright, but you're kind of going out on a limb there for him. Slattery could be good as well from the start. Slattery likes AA, likes decisives. His minutes has been his kind of enemy, I think. He's kind of off the bench, doesn't get 90. But with no Elliot Watt, that could change. So Callum Slattery also a bit of a shout. Elijah Just could stand up. And then let's have a look at your Eredivisie. I have 3 teams, so I'm using McGregor, Devlin, and Modric. Only streak 3, so shouldn't be too hard. Fair enough. Modric, is Modric usable? I know he scores alright. Harry loves it. He's there, and I think a few other guys have as well. But I think every time I've looked at his scores, I've thought, why play him? Why is he classic power? Yeah, like he's not getting decisives. The AA is lovely, but if he's never he's never been a mad scoring guy anyway. But he's good for used to be good for maybe 8 to 10 goals a season, but getting close to 20 assists. I'm sure anyway. He's fine. I don't know if I would. So it is only streak 3, like you say, but I think this is a waste of a classic, to be quite frank. I'd rather classic McGrath than classic Modric. Josh, good to see you. My evening is very good. How was yours? What games in Scotland are likely to be at risk? I have no idea, Graham. I'm in Glasgow essentially, and it was snowing here. So I'd say further north would be more risky. Aberdeen at home at Rangers, maybe one to think about. I'm not sure any other ones really jumped out to me there as Northern. Taddy would love your opinion on my squad. We do this every week for the channel members. So if you're ever a member, just be here on a Thursday. It's £1 a week, £4 a month. We do lots of giveaways for the channel members. All the cards I craft, all my limiteds I craft, I give away to the members. We do this every week. We've got a Telegram group, and there's lots of other stuff. It's all explained by YouTube when you click on the join button. And yeah, no problem to do it, buddy. If once you've got your FC Barcelona season ticket. Just getting ready for Liga MX arenas. When the hell did Alan St. Max go to Max? No freaking idea. Club America. Ooh. Alan St. Maximin is built the way you want to build a forward. One decisive 80. Dribbles for fun. Makes not getting the good stuff from when he was right on it at Newcastle. That's a nice card to end up in Mexico. Mexico's got it's a really nice fantasy team you can build out of Mexico right now. Good, Josh. Nice to hear it. It's against Fiorentina, who are terrible. So it's team 3, fair enough. Yeah, he's going to give you a safe 58 to 63, isn't he? It's just not classic for me. I don't know. It feels like a wasted spot. There's not always that many options in this region, granted. The part of this was streak based, wasn't it? Let me see. Okay, so Dutch League, we're just looking at it. 4 in-season keepers. None of the big 3. I don't even think you're missing much by that, are you? SO5 wise. Only observation I have from the keepers. In defence, we've got a lovely top row. A lot of good guys. Well, it's Marvin Young, looks alright, eh? Second row really good also. For 4 teams though, yeah, you've maybe just about there. I'd maybe want one more defender. I don't know why. I guess I think about double defence quite often when I'm looking at these teams. But it's probably not the way it goes, because yeah, you've got a Veerman. We got a classic Veerman somewhere, maybe? No. Yeah, it's quite single. Well, if we've got 4 teams, Veerman, Resync, Mignan. Yeah, we can go double mid quite comfortably if guys are playing and such. Double defence is just about there as well, so I wouldn't rule that out altogether. And then if we look at forward line, PSV Feyenoord, we've got all the big guys here. No Ajax, right enough, which is fine. But underbelly and collection pieces. But for 4 teams, Perisic, Haj Musa, Saibari, Trenskow, Pepe, Ueda, Dan Rotz. Yeah, I mean, I'm not too sure there's anything really to add to this. I think the only thing I would say is classic power. You're not really taking advantage of that in any way. Could we maybe get like a classic defender in? Oh, we've got a Mauro Jr. I guess actually kind of ignore me there, I suppose. What about midfield? Just double check I've not. One Mignan. Yeah, so you've probably got this quite painted by numbers. Mignan's in one team, he's in one. Up front, do we have a classic? Is that cheat codey? No, not really. Yeah, so we're kind of missing a power forward at classic you could squeeze in. And then one more, maybe a classic Veerman just to tip it over. But again, that's kind of end a season or a season only strategy. Veerman's still meant to be going to Fenerbahce, isn't he? I think that's been cancelled. Romans to Rangers. Romans makes me feel like it's a Michelin guy or something. Westerlo or Lomeo. What one is it? Just bought a couple from a Streak 4 La Liga Unlimited last night. I'm still 60-40 on actually playing it or waiting for some big hitters, Real Barca players next weekend. What would you do? Oh, look, I'll add you on and I'll answer that properly. Excuse me. Westerlo. Good fullback. He seems alright. It's a shame he's away to Rangers, but he was going to turn in a terrible player. Is he a left back? There's no way they've bought another right back, is it? Left back. Yeah. It's mainly Bayram, isn't it? People take for this stack. Yeah, you never know. I thought James Sands was going to do well for Rangers. And Cifuentes. When they signed Cifuentes, I was like, oh, this could be bad, but it wasn't. Right, okay, where were we? Yeah, a classic Veerman's the only kind of obvious thing I would say you could add into your mixture here. Alongside, I don't know. I think you're just buying guys that you need. I think you're looking at the game week at this point with this build, and it's just like, who do I not fancy? Who has a better game? Oh, look, that guy's £8. Buy him, you know. Robbo bench for Liverpool. Oh, that's rubbish. I think that's the last hopes of my rare team doing something. Yeah. Kelleher double decisive. Barnes double decisive. Wrong captain McGinn. And then benched. Oh, that's a nightmare. Could have been alright. Our first foray into rare. Frimmers on their wing. Love that. Another fuck up from slot bench and Robbo. It's felt like to me that Robbo's played like every midweek. I was rather confident that he would come into rotation here because it did just feel like if Liverpool had midweek, he'd play. Like Inter Milan, Sunderland, I can't remember how. Yeah, even numbers are midweeks. So he's played game week 40, started game week 38, 4, 32, started internationals obviously before that, played City, played Real Madrid, played Villa. It must have been an injury or something there, before that, Frankfurt, he started internationals, and yeah, started against Atleti. So it feels like he's been more used for Mr. Midweek, Robbo, so I thought I was quite confident in him playing. Especially against Arsenal, indeed. Top of the table clash. You surely want legendary left back in the team. I guess not. Right, Thomas Ronyon, you are resetting your rares or your limiteds of 150 bangers. Must have a bunch of guys in the vault. Does Perez? It's hard. So Perez went to Hamburg and was raging that they never played him. So I cannot fathom he's went somewhere without an explicit guarantee Oh, I've been comfy for a while, Benny. Saka ran circles around him this fixture last season. Okay, fair enough. Yeah, I didn't know the context. Cows, thanks for adding that into the chat. Had to sell all my rares, so don't know what to do. Okay, so just don't know what to do, period. Ah, fair enough. Just looking at what's here. It's bits and bobs, isn't it? Lisandro jersey number. Nice snipe. Nice snipe. That'll be a nice piece to sell in the market if he gets a nice L5 together. Or use, if you're that way inclined, Thomas. 150 quid. What to do? Nice Kevin Nisbet. What to do now? Yeah, no. Love it, Cal. Thanks for the contribution, mate. I think we're all Robbo fans here, aren't we? You're in good company, buddy. You're in good company. We're all Robbo fans here. This is a tough one. Just a blank, where to go. 150 quid. If it was me, let's have a look at the market. What are we thinking? Best entry, bang for buck, 150 quid strategy to get up and off the ground. Kids are on the PlayStation, don't think here the missus has had enough. Now, I look at kind of what I'm running around with in the Bundesliga right now, and I think getting a goalkeeper like Galassi at 26, who's at a team that's doing very well this year. Clean sheet, he pops. No clean sheet, he's a goalkeeper, 26 leaves you in by 125. If we had 125, could we get 2 defenders, 2 mids, 2 forwards that could combine to 400 points? Linehart at 30. Maybe Rare's a bit of a stretch at this bracket to do the thing. Maybe it would kind of need to be limited. So essentially where my thought is like the best way of attacking streaks right now, I would say, is just this time of year, is buying guys that are hot on form and chase decisives. Bundesliga is very decisive friendly, just as a matter of culture, I suppose. Kuto at 14, if he's going to continue to play, it's been a bit dodgy, but it's hard to put your eggs in your basket with him. Christensen at 25 is no bad. Let's have a wee nosy at midfield, see if there's any more joy there. Maybe he gives us a bit. So again, you need a big score. You need 400 at Rare. So is there someone very good that's opens this up a bit? Yeah. There's maybe a wee budget Borussia Dortmund thing that could be built. Job's 20 quid. I like Felix, he's the most expensive though. But Sabitzer and Brandt, not expensive. Striker will be a different kettle of fish, but like you could get like a Dortmund midfield quite affordably. Classic keeper isn't much of a stretch to, whatever. But then forward, Calimuendo's a punt, but I think Frankfurt don't really get much wrong up front. Adeyemi's quite nicely priced, by the way. Adeyemi's a bit unreliable, though, just to be frank. Jurassi's a wee bit out of range. But yeah, I think you could get like a Dortmund midfield build. And I mean a build like 3 of them, because there's still a bit of a thing to juggle with midweeks and whatnot. Oh, Gregorish is back in the Bundesliga. It's maybe been a while since we've had the good times, but Gregorish was alright-ish. Kleindenheis, is he not? I thought he was back from injury. No. Ollie Burke, I kind of need to buy one if he's a fiver, don't I? Got enough forwards though, in that little budget strategy. Yeah, forwards get the kind of tough spot. I'll go back to page 1 in a second just to remind myself who the kind of ones that were there were showing us. Jonas Wind, Mergen Berisha. He's just transferred, I'm sure, hasn't he? Yeah, it's not really much to go on there. Oh. When did you get to Frankfurt? Oh, he's not yet. Oh. By the way, if this guy was to... Oh, let's go and look at that German paper. Let's look at Frankfurt. What are they planning on doing in attack? Yeah, new guy is in. Amendment. Is that Calimuendo? A problem with these guys is they've got no midfield, but even like a Frankfurt build could be quite workable, because if their strikers are cheap and then they pop, does he work though? That's the only question mark. But I see Frankfurt don't get a lot wrong up front, man. I like the look of that unit. Yeah, I think I would try and make this happen, by the way. So what was the classic keeper? I said Galashi, 25, yeah? Galashi, 25. I'm going to say this boy Eunice here, right? Up front, Eunice, 25. And Calimuendo, oh, he's 25 as well. I thought he was 12, I don't know why. Right, okay. Let's look at, let's take another page quickly. You're not getting anything in the gallery, RT, so we can come back to this, but let's look at Frankfurt quickly. Burkhardt. What's the deal with you? Out? Until when? Calf injury. Is that worth a pickup? Again, they've just bought... Oh, what are Frankfurt doing, man? Yeah, maybe that's a headache, actually. They're quite overcommitted at forward now, aren't they? Chanuzan is a fun guy, but forward card, not going to be cheap, yeah. Classic, bit different, but in season, yeah. Ritsu Dohan. Yeah, I think I do quite like a budget I think a Dortmund stack could be built here. We're also not going to be able to get Schlotterbeck or Girassi, or probably even the Mecha. But the rest of this team could be got within budget. Let's just change this to Dortmund for a second. In season rare. Let's not worry about the keeper just yet. Let's look at defence. Anton's about the 40 mark. Oh, Rami. What's Rami? Yeah, Rami for 30. Rami. 30. Obviously we're at AFCON now, so you're then looking at... I'm looking at Kuto 20. I'm biased on Kuto. Maybe you fancy Anton, Svensson. Or who's the other one? Ryerson. Ryerson's quite cheap. He's probably a decent... He's just not always got great, is he? He's a wee bit of a killer. But yeah, double defence. I'm going Rami and Kuto. I've still got classic Galassi written down here. Let's go look at the keepers again one more time. The Meyer guy is going to play. What's the deal with Kobo? Was he like out for ages or something? Was he been bombed? Extends his contract. Meyer's absent. And that's his ages ago. Why do they think he's going to play? Yeah, injured. Can we see about that? Kobo's deployment will be decided at short notice. Yeah, stay away from that. Galassi Classic is the answer. That's fine. Let's look at mid. Emre Can isn't bad, but I can't really bring myself to say his name in recommendation form, you know. Sabitzer at 12. Sabi, 12. Brandt at 30. Where's Job? Job's kind of fun if he's cheap because he could just change in price overnight, you know. Chukwuemeka, is he still there or has he went somewhere else? Chukwuemeka is still there. Maybe the English boys, I'll just kind of put them in bubbles here. 40 quid for Job and Carney. Basically 20 quid each, aren't they? I'll remember what that means. And then let's look up front. Adiemi was in budget. I know he was. It was like 30 quid or something, 40 quid. Bayer's back down to 20. But yeah, Adiemi under 40 is fun. Girassi up at 90s. Cole Campbell's just moved somewhere. He could come out of nowhere. Hoffenheim. And then let's just say Adiemi and Bayer. Adiemi is like what, floor price 39? Yeah, 39. Bayer at 20. Sugar calculator's not handy. Sorry, let me do this quickly. So that would be 60, 90, 102. That's going to go a wee bit over. That's going to go to like 175. But that's like an in-season Dortmund stack. 2 players per position. So you'd have 2 players spare every weekend. So you've got the flex to use guys that will play. You could go double defence, mid or forward. That's up to you. You would need to buy them all, obviously, to get up and going. For example, Rami, you're probably not going to buy while he's at AFCON. So you could buy the rest of it other than Rami. You're then hinging your bets on Kuto. So maybe then you want to change and just buy Anton because he's just nailed. And then get Rami later after you win a streak or two. But I like that a lot. Where are Dortmund in the table now? I think Dortmund have been doing well. Whenever I've had exposure to them anyway. Yeah, second. Not scoring as much as you would like, but they are second. They've only lost one so far this season. Just about catching those DAs. They've struggled with clicking some things in. Niko Kovac is a solid guy, but I think good defensive performances are there to be had. The Bosnian boy from Stuttgart should be back as well. Demirovic, is that? Wake, D1872, good to see you. Let's see. Pull it out and invest in another club in MFL? Nah, I wouldn't do that. You can't expect appreciation from that. It's only you'd have fun with it, but you can't expect to go, right, I'll cash that in and now it's more or the same by waiting for next season. There's nothing wrong with just waiting for next season where you're at now, by the way, if that's what you want to do. But the reason I like the kind of Dortmund team stack thing, you maybe need a different keeper, but I like the fact that Dortmund, again, before we talk too soon, let's just see where exactly they are. Yeah, they're going to get through to the next round of the Champions League as well. And Silmino, injured. But yeah, the boy Anton is like nailed in defence when he's fit. He's kind of a safe pick. I think he's like 40 quid secondary. So we go Galashi, Anton, Sabitzer, Brandt, Bayer, Adeyemi. You're just going to try and repeat streak 1 to 3 over as many, over as many as you can. Might do it in limited. Limited's way cheaper. You can just take less. If you do it in limited, it's it kind of needs to be the flip side to what we're just chatting about there. So we need to be able to get Schlotterbeck in at limited, 84 quid. Is that the best price? Or is that just the first price that we've seen? I know Schlotterbeck isn't cheap, period, but yeah, Schlotterbeck's still about 80 quid, it looks like. So then that would leave us with 78. Now that might not be too much of an issue because the rest of the limiteds might be pennies on the dollar. Because of the midweeks, if we're doing this as well, I think you need the keeper just for correlation. Or you need to get a different keeper, but yeah, Kobo's quite punchy. I think the rest of the guys should be quite cheap though. See if Jurassi is like under 30. 27. Yeah, but limited is probably, so you're going to spend, so you'll be spending like 100 quid on Jurassi and Schlotto. Jurassi's not really been doing it right now, but has he? Is he at AFCON? No, he's not. Yeah, so you're buying Jurassi, Schlotterbeck, and then you'll be getting. We'll look at the classic keeper option in a minute, because I think you need to go away from Dortmund just with the uncertainty for match day 1, and they're playing Frankfurt. It's just not a great goalkeeper game to go and get. Felix Nemeka is who we would want. He's 13. Yeah, so I think you would go Schlotterbeck, Felix, Jurassi, Brandt at a tenner. Yeah, same price as Nemeka, 13 quid Brandt. Yeah, I'd get Brandt and Nemeka. Sabitzer I like if he was cheaper. Yeah, 2 quid. Boom. I'd get the 3 of them. Schlotterbeck, Jurassi. You'll be able to get all that in budget, no bother, at limited. Higher level team as well. And if we go back to the market again, we're looking at limited, manager sales, classic, goalkeepers. Again, still go Galashi, no problem with that. Just now wondering real quickly, but is there another... Where was that Champions League group? Is that away now? Yeah, it is. Who else is like Bundesliga? It's not Bayern, obviously. That's like flying highish in this. Leverkusen and Flecken. I know Flecken's not really been great since they went to Leverkusen. Frankfurt, yeah, they're not going to make it, are they? Is there not another German in the mix? No. Am I blind? Dortmund, Bayern and Leverkusen. Frankfurt 4, yeah, of course. Yeah, so Flecken's a... Let's see where Flecken is. How's he been scoring? Do you know... It's kind of back to being Flecken, isn't he? Plays the midweeks as well. Classic Flecken is £8. I kind of like that. Classic Cobalt 18. Again, that could be fine, couldn't it? Damn, the 6. Very, very... Wow, Galashi is a tenner. Yeah. Some really nice cheap options here. Yeah, I think limited you can get the better stack. Yeah, you're probably better. But the thing with the limited one is you probably need to get to streak... You need to... Yeah, you need to get to streak 4 at least once, I think. So I think doing the £2, £5 thing, you won't have enough time in the season for that. So I was just thinking with the rare one, at 20 quid and 40 quid, you just need to do that kind of twice and you'll be about break even. Never mind essence and any leaderboard thing you did find yourself coming into, and Division 3 moving up, because that's where you'll be. Well, maybe you will be there, I don't know. But at limited, the scale, it's a champ league, isn't it? So it's a wee bit different. So yeah, can you get to 3 4 times? Could you get to 4 once? You need Schlotterbeck and code. Yeah, I think that's probably the way to go. Yeah. I like Dortmund. Dortmund might not be the team you end up going with, but I think Schlotterbeck is so captainable. So 80. Everything. I like Adeyemi. Bayer are okay. Gerassi's a letdown. The forwards is weird, isn't it? But I was thinking Bundes. Yeah, I think that's a fun one, especially a Champions League team you can tune into. Dortmund are a fun team. Honestly, I don't know anyone that's bought a Dortmund stack and like hated them. Now, don't get me wrong. Sometimes the stack can't pay off, and you curse team selections and DNPs and stuff. But you know, some people buy teams and are like, "Oh, this team's so horrible to watch or follow. They're no fun or anything." But Bundesliga, Dortmund especially, they're a fun team. I think a lot of people like them, don't they? And then Luke Jones, my man. Where were we? Just bought a couple for my Streak 4 La Liga Limited last night. I'm still 60-40 on what to play, or waiting for some big hitters like Real and Barca. What would you do? Let's have a peek. What are we cooking with? So we're talking about next game week playing or not, essentially, yeah? So we'll put the game week filter on. We're in limiteds anyway, and we're going to look at La Liga. Where is it? La Liga. And goals. We're looking at Valle against Oviedo. Nice. Dimitrovic against Levante. That's good. Peña. Valencia, a bit of whatever. Arrizabalaga for Valencia. That's the other side of that game, isn't it? Matty Ryan is Levante. They're playing Espanyol. Again, good position for him. It's a nice goalkeeper spots. Odysseus not doing that great at Sevilla, is he? But at least he's playing. They have Celtic. Pardon me. Hiccups are catching me. Yeah. I think Valles and Valle and Dimitrovic, very usable. Very, very usable. Both in season. You get Ryan's Classic, very in season. So that's 3 keepers. Classic, sorry. 3 keepers I think we can build with. Let's have a look at what defence looks like. Who do we have and who's playing who? Galan. Now I told you guys, Galan is going to be something. Debut 68 against Athletic Club. No clean sheet, no decisive. 90 minutes of play. Yavi Galan, must have. Okay, we got a nice little run here. So Romero looks like he's doing all right. Espanyol, you've got that. Yeah, that could be good. With the keeper. Natan again, really good. Victor Reese is scoring well. Who are they playing? Osasuna. That's a very workable game for him as well. Some of these other ones are maybe a bit dodgier. But yeah, I think we've got 1, 2, but 5 defenders there that are worth looking at. And you see who's playing and stuff like that. One of them's a doubler and it's in season to classic, so think of that how you will. But so far I'll be building a team. What streak are we going for? 4. That's a big score we need. Okay, midfield. Going for streak 4 with Sergio Gomez, I don't like. Molero, Fornals, like 1 or 2. Yeah, your midfield would scare me about streak 4, mate. To be honest, I'd be scared to pick a team. Personally, for this game week. Up front, Anthony's not going to be a problem to select. Saganikov is not going to be a problem to select. Oyarzabal, Cucho, all fine. Yeah, it's the midfield that would give me the creeps. Let's look at La Liga Limited. Streak 4. It's 420. It's not... having Anthony, Galan, maybe even the potential to go double and on your strength positions already, like Saganikov and Anthony up front. It would be 1 midfielder you would need. This is a tough one, mate. I'd be a wee bit nervous about doing it. I would need to see something very nailed, like somebody super good at home, somebody super crap. The Kubo against Getafe. I think if you're going to do it, that might be the move. It would have to be something like that. A midfielder that can rip 100. Takefusa Kubo. Are they at home to Jetta? Away. Not really much worse. But then I think I would want for you to get an in-season Galan. You've got a classic Galan now, don't you? And I think Galan is who I'd want in Team 1. Double striker. Yeah. You could play your Romero, your Reese, your Natan, whatever. But where's Yavi? I just think clean sheet and or decisive. I think you could just pop. And they've got a decent game. Osasuna, if I remember rightly. Could easily play it. Yeah, I think Kubo's the link. If you're going to do it, Kubo's the move. There's Galan there. £2. They're playing Girona. It's a team that he could do very well against. Like playing against Gazaniga. Yeah, I mean, come on. Don't need to tell you much more than that, do I? So yeah. No problem, Thomas. So yeah, look, if I was you, like you've got guys that aren't playing this game week, haven't you? So can we change it to the following game week? We should get some of the big boys coming back, or you could have them finishing you off. Pardon the expression, on streak 5. Barca play Sociedad. Real Madrid play Levante. Cucho Betis. Who do they play? Villarreal. Girona Espanyol. And what about midfield? Let's look at midfield. Is that way better? Oh, yeah. Oh, man. I think I would do it with Kubo, but almost only Kubo. We're picking who's our favourite. I really would want Galan in my team as well. I think he's just got real spike potential. Girona's maybe not one to be super hyped for. Maybe it's just a general gallery thing. Get him in season to give you a bit more flexibility. This Romero, they're playing Levante away. Away from home, this guy can really do what you need him to do. Nathan, they're playing Oviedo away. He's pretty decent away as well, isn't he? Vitor Reis. And they're playing Osasuna. They'll be at home. Yeah, I think I'm going with Romero or Galan. So it could be like Romero, Dimitrovic, Taki Kubo, Saganikov, Anthony. Saganikov against Galan, you maybe don't want to do that. Oyarzabal, if you don't want to go Saganikov. Oyarzabal takes pens, stacks with Kubo in a slight way. A bit of correlation perhaps, 1 assist, 1 goal. Again, we don't have him in season. So that's maybe another bit of shopping perhaps. Against Jetta, but yeah, Oyarzabal a great shout. Guedes could be fine also. You've probably, yeah. It's a really tough one. I think the only midfielder that I see that would make me want to do it though is Kubo. That's probably as good as I can do for you, Luke. We'll try and trade into Kubo tonight. Don't have the funds, but just got in season Galan. Nice. Yeah. I think you need the Kubo to do it. You need that midfielder that can really rip away. Like Fornals can kind of do it, can't he? But I don't know. Fornals just seems, I don't know. At least with Kubo, Kubo can get to 60 on AA alone from dribbling and such. Against Getafe as well, they're going to have more of the ball, you would think, and stuff like that. And yeah, using that little classic flex, these situations is where it comes clutch. If somebody works out for you like this, But yeah, Taki's got a shop window to get sold out of. This guy's trying to get a good chunk of his cash back, isn't he? Fair play to him. If you can't get it, mate, I don't think you've got any problem sitting out this weekend. But wouldn't it be good to be set up for next weekend to bring in the 5? That'd be fun. That'd be good. Right, guys. I think I'm going to get a lineup or two of my own done, and then I'm going to lovies and leavies for the night. We're back tomorrow for some deadline action, of course, with it being Friday. Right, so I've did Bundes in season, I've did Chali in season. What's the next protocol? Yeah, it'll probably be Road to Glory stuff. We've just looked at La Liga, so let me do that. I've got 2 D2s myself. What does the Sociedad team look like? Oh, fantastic. Yeah, this is looking good. Nice. This is exactly the sort of team I want. Awesome. So, team 1 for me, Ramiro, Soria, Sergio Herrera. Yeah, I think I'll go Ramiro, team 1. Is Gomez nailed? Yeah, good. Finally, maybe this stack will actually pay in for once. Yeah, Brazen mid. Oyarzabal on fire. And then, yeah, I'm probably going Kubo in this one. Captain Kubo for the Hondos. Under the cap. What a build, by the way. Another D2. They're probably quite similar. I think I'll go with... I think I'll go with Sergio Herrera, team 2, by the way. This is tough, because what kind of defensive guy am I looking to capture here? Zubeldia, John Martin. I'm going to go Aramburu. Sergio Gomez mid. Taki Kubo. Oh no, we've used Braze, haven't we? Yeah. So Sergio Gomez after Braze is fine. Kubo again. And then I'm maybe looking at Guedes. High XP Guedes. Captain Kubo again. See if Sociedad pop, man, I'll be flying. I'm waiting for it to happen all my life, it feels like at this point, but we'll put Ryan next. We need to put Sorare in the last team because he's against Sociedad and I can't really back him for anything positive. John Martin on fire. We've still got Soler and Goroshategi. I'm probably taking Soler just because he's Soler. We have our second Guedes. And then, yeah, I'm maybe looking at Goroshategi. Or maybe even Zubeldia. Just go double centre back on this one. Yeah, double centre back. Captain Guedes for double decisive. And then the last team has Soria in it. I'm on streak 3. Oh, the score target is 400 we're after. It's double centre back. Going to get the job done. Nah, I'm putting Goroshategi in there. It's got very good AA. I can't underestimate guys like that too often. You can just bring you in a safe 65 somehow, you know. So then last of all, we've got Soria. We have John Martin on ice. We have Zakarian, very likely to come off the bench, I think. Yeah, I'm taking Zakarian. And Barenashea. And then I still have Zubeldia, yeah. Double defence on this one. Captain John Martin. Nice. Little Sociedad build is done. Streak 3. Yeah, that's come on, man. Didn't realise we were running that high. Good. Wish us luck. And then we've got no Prem. No Prem? No Prem. Oh, it says, yeah, limited. No Prem. No Bundesliga. Nothing else to do here just yet. Rare. What else do I have to worry about? Champ. U23 and All-Star. Let's look at Champ. I've got 1D1. I'll have a wee click about through this, see what we've got to play with. Yeah, 5 minutes, gang. I've been summoned to dinner. So Champ D1, I've got Ramiro, I've got that Mignan. Luis Jr. against Alaves seems to be a bit uncertain. Villarreal, 90%. We're okay with that. Luis Jr. It's fine to go. Dimitrievski's meant to be playing for Valencia. Guys, maybe a budget keeper out there for yous. Dimitrievski, 60. Oh, nice. I might get a wee Valencia collection stack out this game week. That'll be funny. Has to be Magic Mike, doesn't it? About to negotiate a new contract and such. I like the thought of playing Galan in Team 1. I really want to play Kuto. Wow, I've not got really great defenders, do I? I'm not sure I play D1 actually. I might just... Yeah, I suppose I've got Ta. Like Galan and Ta. Galan, Ta. Ooh, could be a sneaky week to do well in D1, but this just doesn't feel very D1-y to me. Razval Take or Take Siganikov. Razval Take, let's not overthink it. That would be the D1. What would I have for All-Star just to have a peek at D1s and such? 1D1, oof. Navas, nice to see you again, pal. Let's just say him. He's at home. Why not? Who else are we looking at? We've got some AFCON action. Yeah, I'll need to get my head around this tomorrow. Oh, we've got Gasarowski. Some bits and bobs like that. That could be fun. James not on to play. Oh. Efra. So is all the Mexicans back? Yeah, that's fun. Celtic guys. Goretzka's going to play? Oh, that's fun. I might put that in champ. I think Goretzka's a good scorer. When he does score well, if I can say such a crazy phrase. Yeah, I'll fast through this later on. Thanks everyone to tune in today, guys. Thanks for the members requests that we had today. I was going to say quite a nippy one. Still just about 2 hours, but yeah, plenty to get through and nice and concise all the same. We'll be back tomorrow for the deadline show, and we look to get 2026 up and running, the proper rhythm and schedule, getting back up to speed again and all that good stuff, everyone. Yeah, good luck with your team building, and I'll see you tomorrow.